What is going on, everybody? It's the Browns. We're back for a Monday Night SmackDown Live review for July 17th, 2018. And oh my God, heel Randy Orton has finally made his resurgence. I know we got a tease at Extreme Rules for Randy Orton being heel, but tonight the vindictive, evil, nasty Randy Orton finally came out completely. And his first target, as we saw on Sunday, is Jeff Hardy. Why? I don't know. We did not get that answer tonight. He even told Jeff that you're going to have to wait to find out why he is doing what he did tonight. And this is great for Randy Orton because, as we all know, Randy Orton is not a good babyface. He's not. He is bland. He is boring. Nobody cares. Him coming out as a heel, beating the hell out of Jeff Hardy, and just being the vindictive side that he is great for him. But that was the main event. We also had, for the first time ever, Andrade Cien Almas versus AJ Styles in a pretty darn good match. The ending was kind of like, it was a good match. Could be a pay-per-view quality match if you gave him more time, and then it went from this is great to really? That was an anticlimactic ending for this entire thing. Just how it ended. Just did not work. We also have, next week we also announced that, and I'm just going to say it now, and then I said it later in the night, that Paige will announce AJ Styles' SummerSlam opponent. Who that is, I don't know. Most likely going to be Samoa Joe. Just makes the sense of the world, because it looks like we have Randy Orton for some reason feuding with Jeff Hardy. And I don't know where that's going to go, but a Randy Orton and AJ Styles feud would be cool too with a heel Randy Orton. But I guess we'll have to wait for that one. If Samoa Joe does not win if Samoa Joe does not win the WWE Championship from AJ Styles. Anyway, we also had, let me see if we got here in my notes here. We had Becky Lynch continuing her winning ways against Mandy Rose. We had Sanity's Eric Young going up against Kofi Kingston from the New Day and continuing that feud. I was shocked though. Usually when you see two teams like this in typical WWE fashion, especially when it's this supposed to be rivalry, if this was, that it would go from a one-on-one match to this breaking down to where everyone's brawling. We would have got a six-man tag match again. WWE did not do that this time, which I am glad. But it was a pretty good match too. We'll talk about it in a minute. We do have also Miz holding a funeral for Team Hell No. Which obviously they're building towards Daniel Bryan versus The Miz at SummerSlam. There were conflicting reports over the weekend that Daniel Bryan re-signed with WWE. Some people said he had re-signed, some people say he hasn't re-signed yet, nothing has changed. I'm going with the people who said Daniel Bryan hasn't, nothing has changed, simply for the fact is that they're going to be giving us Daniel Bryan versus The Miz at SummerSlam. That was apparently obvious tonight. That is the match we're getting between those two. So there could be the possibility that Daniel Bryan is not re-signing and that they're getting the Miz Daniel Bryan feud out of the way. So after SummerSlam, we won't. If Daniel Bryan does not re-sign with WWE, then SummerSlam will be his last match. They will not have him use for the rest, like his last TV match. His last TV match, if he does decide not to re-sign, will be SummerSlam, and then he'll be done, gone, out of here. Tye Dillinger versus Samoa Joe also happened on this night. This was a match that we all thought was going to happen last week because the previous week before that, Tye Dillinger was in the back. It was a WWE.com or YouTube exclusive where he was talking with R-Truth, and R-Truth opened his big mouth, and Tye Dillinger was challenged Samoa Joe to a match, and we thought that was going to happen last week, and unfortunately Samoa Joe attacked Tye Dillinger before SmackDown went on the air, so that's why that match did not happen last week. It did happen tonight, and it's nice to see Tye Dillinger get some TV time, but oh boy, Samoa Joe just looking as badass as ever. Also, we had Aiden English begging for forgiveness after costing Rusev the WWE Championship to Lana. He was talking to Lana and not Rusev, and it sounded like Lana was trying to, you'll hear the clip later, it sounded like Lana was trying to bring a wedge between Aiden English and Rusev. The Rusev Day tag team is going to be falling apart as we speak. That was pretty obvious after Sunday's show, where Rusev pretty much lost the championship and was cost the title because of Aiden English pulling that turnbuckle top off. So the show started out. I hate when they do this stuff because Paige said we don't have to wait long because the show is going to open with Andrade Cien Almas versus AJ Styles. I'm like, okay, that's cool. We don't have to see a promo. Lo and behold, Jeff Hardy comes out. They don't have the clip on here, which is sad, but he comes out and says that he may look like Jeff Hardy. He may have a entrance like Jeff Hardy. He might have the mannerisms of Jeff Hardy, but I don't feel like Jeff Hardy. My heart has been broken, and it's because Shinsuke Nakamura stole the United States Championship away from me. During this entire promo, he does not at all mention Randy Orton attacking him post-match, so apparently he must not think that Randy Orton was the person to attack him. All he talked about was saying he has 3 things to do tonight, and that is to cause Nakamura pain, make him fade away, and classify himself as obsolete, and win the United States Championship. Enjoy the show. So Jeff Hardy, no mention of Randy Orton tonight at the beginning of the show, which was kind of peculiar. I'm surprised he didn't say anything, wondering why did he kick me in the ball? Why did he just pretty much make sure I'm not going to have kids again and anything else? There's just one of those things why. So then we had the first match of the night, Andrade Cien Almas versus AJ Styles. This went about, I think, 15-20 minutes. This was a great way to start the show if you cut out the Jeff Hardy promo, which was not needed. Andrade Cien Almas showed that he could hang with AJ Styles. There was many great spots in this thing. The end of the match came, and I'm still questioning this one. I'm not mad that Almas lost because they want to try and keep AJ Styles looking strong going into SummerSlam, and even though he lost the match, Cien Almas won, but while losing, because he showed that he could hang with an AJ Styles or maybe a Daniel Bryan or a Shinsuke Nakamura, Randy Orton, all the big names. He showed in this match, in the loss, that he is going to be a valuable asset to WWE in the near future. But AJ Styles, during the commercial break, they did show picture-in-picture, and he hit a dragon screw on Andrade Cien Almas earlier in the match. The finish came when Almas was going for the hammerlock, I'm pretty sure, after he did the double knees, the running knees in the corner. He got a 2 count off the running knees, goes for the hammerlock, gets blocked, turned into a calf crusher, and not even 10 seconds into the move, he taps out. I'm like, wow, that was kind of anticlimactic because, I mean, come on. Almas could probably handle a lot more than just that. It was a dragon screw early in the match, and he did get beat down there was some attack to his legs still, but that was it. That was all you had. You had Andrade Cien Almas tap out that fast. It just did not look right. Oh yeah, before the match, I did forget to mention this, that they did go to the back after Jeff Hardy said enjoy the show, and Renee Young was with Shinsuke Nakamura, and he actually called Jeff Hardy a sad clown. Started fake crying, says now it was his title, but now it's mine, and that's a reason to smile. Tonight I will give everyone a reason to smile. I'm making your clown cry again. God bless America, and he walked off. Then we had the Styles match. And then after the match, we come back from commercial break with Almas, and we have Aiden English in the back asking for forgiveness for costing Rusev the WWE Championship, and he's talking to Lana.
After Extreme Rules, I have to apologize. I keep going back to that moment over and over, and all I wish I could do was take it back, but I can't. I mean, that was the pinnacle of everything Rusev had worked for his entire career, the WWE Championship. I took it from him. That's why I'm here with you. I need you to please talk to him for me.
Rusev is angry, and he's disappointed, and he needs his space. The truth is, I don't even understand why you're coming to me with an apology. It's not about me. It's not about you. The only person that cares about an apology is you. This is about Rusev. And if
Okay, is Lana going to use the Russian accent, or is she not going to use the Russian accent? I know for the majority of this promo, she's like just in her normal American voice, but it's like she starts the promo off trying to speak Russian, and then she hits the Russian note again. It's like, make up your mind. You don't have to use the Russian accent anymore.
Rusev will forgive you. And what's best for Rusev? And the question is now, are you best for Rusev?
There's that nice little trying to plant seeds of doubt between Aiden English and Rusev to eventually break up the team of Rusev Day. I think this is going to lead to a match between Rusev and Aiden English at SummerSlam. Just my thoughts.
There. You know what? Maybe I don't deserve the forgiveness. Maybe. But what I do know is that I have always had Rusev's back. And I have always had his interests at heart. And I owe so much to your husband. That's why I'm here. A second chance. We all deserve second chances.
I'll take that into consideration.
All I can ask.
So basically, I'm just, again, trying to say is that I think this is going to lead to Rusev versus Aiden English at SummerSlam. Probably on the kickoff show, just because that would just show how far little WWE actually cares about Rusev and Aiden English. It would be kind of ironic if Rusev versus Aiden English is set up for SummerSlam with the way they're going with this, and it ends up on the kickoff show. He goes from challenging for the WWE Championship to a kickoff show match. I'm not saying that's how it's going to happen, but it would not shock me. Becky Lynch versus Mandy Rose. Not much about this one. Becky Lynch wins with the disarm her. She is on a roll. She does get on the mic and say that she's happy she's getting all these victories and everything. Thank you and everything. Let me see if they have it on here. They usually put it at the end of the matches.
After victory, which is what I've been doing, but I am just getting started.
Look straight into the camera.
You hear that, Carmella? Great fire is coming for you. I think it's time Becky Balboa became the SmackDown Live Women's Champion again. What do you say?
Hey, Becky's got it.
She's got a point though. Like, it sucks for Asuka for how they made her look like a fool since WrestleMania, having to come to SmackDown. Her first technical loss on the Blue Brand was in a tag team match where Becky Lynch was the one to take the pinfall, and now you have Asuka losing twice to Carmella, who's going to gloat about that until Timbuktu, until the moon comes up or the sun comes up. Not good, but you can't deny Becky Lynch, who has not lost since I think that tag team match. I don't think Becky Lynch has actually lost really since that tag team match with Asuka, or was it against Mandy Rose or Sonya Deville the week or so after that. But Becky Lynch has been on a roll, and somebody who's been on a roll like Becky Lynch has, you can't really deny that. You can't. So Becky Lynch. We go back, and Carmella is in Paige's office. Paige pretty much says that we're going to have a match next week between Carmella and Becky Lynch. First, she's like, no, I'm not going to do that because I'm not defending the title. Then Paige's like, it's not for the title. So Carmella's like, fine, I'll face her. Paige makes the stipulation, if Becky Lynch wins, then she gets a match against Carmella at SummerSlam. And from what I've been reading, and I think I mentioned this last night, it looks like James Ellsworth is done with WWE again. He's off to do indie booking. He did not actually sign a long-term deal. He was just there for a short term, which sucks for Asuka, is that they brought him in just to derail her. And if Asuka is truly done, that sucks. It really sucks. But Becky Lynch, I'm going with Becky Lynch next week. I think she'll beat Carmella, and we'll have Carmella versus Becky Lynch at SummerSlam. Even though I think overall, and everyone can agree, the money match would have been not Carmella, but Asuka as the women's champion versus Charlotte in a rematch from WrestleMania at SummerSlam, where Asuka beats Charlotte. but they didn't go with that. So I have no idea what they're doing. Ty Dillinger versus Samoa Joe. Ty Dillinger came out at the beginning of this match and he went all ham on Samoa Joe, getting as much offense in as he could on him until Samoa Joe lifted him up and threw him into the ring post on the outside, stopping his momentum. He just picked him up and just launched him into it. Gets him back in the ring, goes for the clutch, but Ty Dillinger blocks the first one. Joe's not happy about that and just starts kicking the living shit out of Ty Dillinger. Locks on the clutch. Ty Dillinger tries to fight his way out, and the one thing about Samoa Joe's Coquina Clutch, which is the same exact move that they call the Karafuda Clutch for Shayna Baszler, that move right there should be not a tap out. It should be a you pass out. Just saying. It should be you pass out, and that is it. Ty Dillinger, just like he's about ready to pass out, before he passes, he just lightly taps, and Samoa Joe is your winner. Again, I am picking Samoa Joe, but if anybody, it is the only one that makes sense is Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles, unless you really wanted to have Randy Orton take on AJ Styles after what Randy Orton did tonight. What I saw tonight, it was just, that's the Randy Orton we need to see. But man, I wouldn't want to be Jeff Hardy in that position. Then we get the eulogy of Team Hell No. And this went too long, in my opinion. It is what it is. Miz holds a funeral for Team Hell No. Daniel Bryan doesn't get involved later.
Tonight we pay our final respects to one of the greatest tag teams of all time and two of the worst friends.
One of the greatest tag teams of all time? Give me a break, Miz. Are you kidding me? They were thrown together because Kane and Daniel Bryan weren't really doing anything. They had no creative plans for either one of them. And they were just thrown together back then. They were thrown back together because they don't know what they're doing with Daniel Bryan and wanted to get him through Extreme Rules. That's the whole reason for this entire Team Hell No thing. Nah.
Ever, Daniel Bryan and Kane. I told each and every one of you how this would end, and I said Kane was nothing more than a broken down demon, and I was proven right. I'm also right about your little bogus hero, Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan was never, and I mean never, a world-beating wrestler like he claimed to be. Daniel Bryan is nothing more than a glory hound, obsessed with setting impossible goals to try and remain relevant. That's the reason for this snappy Team Hell No reunion, not to win the tag team championships. It's so Daniel Bryan can roll out his greatest hits. But newsflash, Daniel, no one's buying the album. And as sad as this whole thing has been, no one is sadder than Daniel Bryan. You see, because whether he wants to accept it or not, deep down inside he knows the truth. And the truth is, Daniel Bryan's return from injury has been a bust. And each and every week he comes out here is another week he's destroying his legacy, and no one has the courage to tell him, not you, not Kane, not his wife, but I have the courage to tell him that Daniel Bryan's days of headlining WrestleMania are over. Daniel Bryan's career, just like Team Hell No, is dead.
So Daniel Bryan's music hits. He has three guys dressed up as pallbearers. Of course, the security, as you would usually have. Nobody from NXT, as far as I've seen, unless they're from the Performance Center. But Daniel Bryan comes from behind and beats the hell out of the Miz. The pallbearers come in. He does not take two of them out. One's still in the ring. The pallbearers guys brought this mannequin head that looked like Glenn Jacobs' face with the Kane mask on in the hair as well. And he had that in the middle of the ring. And Daniel Bryan shoves it over to move it out of the way.
Like a farce of a funeral.
That's how all the crowd gets. to jobber number 3. Points to Miz. Miz with a golf clap. And that was that. So, yes, they're setting up Daniel Bryan versus The Miz at SummerSlam. That is obviously after tonight. Nothing else you can say about that. Let me see here. Eric Young versus Kofi Kingston. This was a pretty good match. It was surprising that Sanity and New Day did not break down into a huge brawl like you usually see, so it was a nice change of pace there. Eric Young ends up winning after they did. It wasn't a big brawl as you usually would see, but Xavier Woods ended up hitting a super kick on Killian Dane. Killian Dane, of course, then grabs Xavier Woods. Referee had his back turned. I can't remember why. And Kofi Kingston ended up in the ropes, and Killian Dane threw Xavier Woods into Kofi Kingston. Wheelbarrow neckbreaker for the 3 count, and Eric Young wins his first singles match, not by DQ, on the main roster. I don't think this is over yet between these two teams. Could this be, and this is something else I thought of tonight, could this bleed over SummerSlam into Hell in a Cell, and for the second year in a row, the New Day are inside Hell in a Cell, but this time it's against Sanity in a match, in a 6-man Hell in a Cell tag team match. It could happen. I mean, we had that Hell in a Cell match last year in October between the New Day and the Usos, and now we have the New Day versus Sanity, and Hell in a Cell is in 2 months instead of 3 months. So could we see another Hell in a Cell pertaining to what these being dual branded pay-per-views now? Will we see more than 2 Hell in a Cells? Will we see 3, 4 Hell in a Cells, 2 for Raw, 2 for SmackDown, or what? I don't know. I wouldn't actually care. I think it would diminish it, but it wouldn't surprise me if they wanted to do every match in a Hell in a Cell. I mean, why not? I mean, what else does WWE care about? All these gimmick matches don't feel special as it is. I mean, it'll be overkill, but it wouldn't surprise me. Next week, like I said, AJ Styles' SummerSlam opponent will be named. That will probably open the show, so we have at least something to look forward to next week. I'm saying it now. It's probably going to be Samoa Joe, but I would not be surprised about anybody. Almost put up a hell of a fight. If he would have won tonight, I could have seen maybe he being in the mix for that title match, but no. Jeff Hardy versus Shinsuke Nakamura. The match was a pretty good match here. Of course, that went way longer than the match that we see on Sunday, which is only 6 seconds, which I think is a championship. I think that's a WWE championship record, because I'm pretty sure Kane beat Chavo Guerrero for the ECW title in 8 seconds at WrestleMania years ago. So I think a 6-second title match I think that's a record. I think that's definitely a record right there. Nobody talks about it. Could be totally wrong. For a title. I'm not saying a match, because I know The Rock, Eric Rowan, which wasn't even really a match, but was like 4 seconds, but this was for a title. That's why I say that I think this is the fastest title change match with title on the line in WWE history. Jeff Hardy goes up for the Swanton at the end of this match after hitting a Twisted Fate Stunner. Looks like he's about ready to win back the United States Championship, when all of a sudden you see him get pulled out of the ring by Randy Orton. And Randy Orton just starts beating the fucking hell out of Jeff Hardy. He slams his head against the ring steps multiple times, says, "You want to know why I'm doing this? You want to know why I'm doing this?" and just starts beating the hell out of him. Pulls the top of the stairs off. Jeff Hardy tries to fight back. He ends up getting put on top of the stairs. Randy Orton stomps on Jeff Hardy's head, puts him, and then does the most disturbing thing I think I could ever see done this year. Jeff Hardy, as we all know, has piercings, and he has gauges on his ears, so he takes them out before every match so he doesn't lose them, because if you wrestle a match and you get hit, those gauges will fall out easily. Well, what does Randy Orton do, and I don't think Jeff Hardy ever wanted to have these things go any longer than they did, goes to one of his ears, puts his finger in the loop, and I'm like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, and he just starts yanking on the hole in Jeff Hardy's ear. And I'm trying not to watch. It's that disturbing. And he's just like, why? If you want to know why I'm doing this, just ask, just ask, just ask. He's going off on Jeff Hardy as it goes. But then he grabs him and throws him over the announce desk, then picks him up, puts it back, like throws the pulls up the announce and stuff, gets it all cleaned off. Looked like I thought maybe he's gonna hit him with an RKO, but no. Gets him on the table, starts beating on him. Jamie Noble, Adam Pearce, and Finley all come out to try and, and the referees all try to stop this. And then Randy Orton starts to walk away, comes back and hits a draping DDT, and goes off the air. He did yell, "Where is Shinsuke?" Like, where is Shinsuke? He yelled that after he threw Jeff Hardy over the announce table. Shinsuke already was gone. So yes, a heel Randy Orton has come back. Why he has targeted Jeff Hardy is beyond me. But we have some really interesting television for next week, where we find out what happened, why Randy Orton has snapped on Jeff Hardy. Because if I'm correct, the last time Randy Orton wrestled a match, it was for the United States Championship at Backlash, and he ended up losing that match. So maybe that plays into why he attacked Jeff Hardy. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. And who is going to be the SummerSlam opponent for AJ Styles? Have your comments in the section below. Who do you think it's going to be? I think it's going to be Samoa Joe. It just makes sense. And if that is the match, I want to hear TNA chants in the crowd. I think it would just be hilarious. Because that's a TNA main event from years and years ago for them. But that is your SmackDown Live review. Not a bad show, better than Monday Night Raw by a coon's hair, by a coon's age, man. This show definitely was better than Monday Night Raw by far. We had some really good wrestling tonight. AJ Styles and Andrade Cien Almas was great. It was great to see heel Randy Orton come out and obliterate Jeff Hardy. If you want to get heat on somebody like a Randy Orton back, Jeff Hardy is one of those guys to do it, especially with what he did. That crowd was all boos on Randy Orton. You want to do a heel turn right, you want to make somebody into a heel again, Randy Orton knows how to do it. Where does this leave Jeff Hardy? Maybe that's going to be it for him for a while. I think that's a way to write him off TV. Maybe we won't see, like I said, I don't think we should see Jeff Hardy until after SummerSlam, but I'm sure we'll see him in about 2 weeks or so, just to give him a week or so off. But that is, again, your SmackDown Live review. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, comment down below, like this video or dislike it, up to you. Let me know who you think is going to be the WWE Championship Challenger at SummerSlam. Find me on Twitter at TheFrance. Hit that follow button over there. And find me on twitch.tv/TheFrance08. And I will see you guys tomorrow for NXT, where we are 1 week away from Tommaso Ciampa versus Aleister Black for the NXT Championship. And we also have, which has now been confirmed as a triple threat match, to see who will go to face off against Shayna Baszler, most likely at Brooklyn, between Kairi Sane, Nikki Cross, and Candice LeRae. Until then, my name is TheFrance. I'll see you guys later, and have a good one.